Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hello, everybody. This, in fact, is the Ramble, and I'm Alex Bennett, and we'll be here until midnight tonight from the East Coast of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Larry Bubbles Brown. Take it, Larry. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
As good as we can be at this infirmed age.
At this infirmed age, what's infirmed about you? See, here's the thing. I want to let people know that when you talk with people who are older, you're much younger than I am, actually.
Well, barely.
But when you're older, well, you're what, 67?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're older, the first topic of conversation when you're having dinner or anything else is, so what's happening with your health?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's happening with your health, Larry?
Or it's either about your health or guess who died.
Guess who died? Yeah. Guess who died? Guess who died? No. Well, we lost the oldest guy in AFTRA. That SAG-AFTRA, rather.
Oh, he died finally? Okay, well, he was 107, right?
Yeah, I think it was 107, yeah.
God.
Yeah. What's his name? God, my mind's a blank now.
You told me he was in a Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, he was the guy that fell off the Statue of Liberty. Norman Lloyd.
Many people in show business do hit triple figures. George Burns.
Yes.
Who was there was a famous producer from Paramount that lived to be 103. I forget his name.
Well, you had Kirk Douglas, made it to 103.
Yeah, he made 101 or 2, I think.
103, and his wife just recently died at 102.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, it just keeps going and going and going. But, I'll tell you who else has a problem that way. Comedians. They either die old
or really
young. And I never could figure that one out. We have people like Bill Hicks. He died at 32?
Yeah.
Sam Kinison, I don't know how old Sam was.
Sam was not. He was born in 54, and he was not 40.
Yeah, we knew that Sam would die of drugs, but we didn't realize they'd be in somebody else's body.
Yeah, he gets hit by a drunken driver.
Yeah. But then you go to George Burns. You go to who else do we have?
Bob Hope was close to 100.
Bob Hope was 100. I think he
made 100.
He just made it over the line to 100. Yeah, and then he died.
He said that he would 3 a.m. he would go for an hour walk in any city where he was in, no matter if it was a bad neighborhood or what, and he always ate salad. So
he always ate salad.
He always ate salad on the road, and he always went for an hour walk in the middle of the night.
What was the reason for that?
I guess he just thought it was healthy, and apparently it worked.
Yeah. You want to hear Bob Hope, by the way? Listen to this. I think you'll be able to hear it, okay? Listen to this.
He wants you to do a station promo.
What is it?
This is Bob Modern Rock Hope. You're listening to Alex Bennett.
This is Bob Modern Rock Hope, and you're listening to
Alex Bennett on Live
Alex
105.
Bennett on Live
105.
105.
Want to do it from the top? This is Bob Modern Rock Hope. You're listening to Alex Bennett Live 105.
Alex Bennett. You're listening to Alex Bennett on Live 105.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it, no.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Oh, I guess it didn't play for you. Well, it was a promo that they had Bob Hope do for me at an airport. And it was he was so out of it. He couldn't remember my name. He couldn't remember what he was. I think he didn't even remember he was supposed to say, I'm Bob Hope. That's how far gone he was at that point, And I always, who was saying that he was very depressed. I think it was Woody Allen, who said that he always wanted to meet Groucho Marx. And by the time he met Groucho had his third stroke, right? And he said the guy was just completely out of it. And he said, I suddenly realized that no matter how funny you are, no matter how great you are at your abilities and your talents, it comes to that.
Yeah.
One day you just lose it all, no matter what. Talent has nothing to do with it. So, that was kind of...
Woody Allen had, didn't he kind of have a hero worship of Bob Hope, which seems like an odd pairing.
Well, his timing, if you watch Bob Hope in those road movies or whatever, and then you watch Woody Allen and his timing, exactly the same. He stole the timing from Hope. And
Really?
He admits it. That whole thing about being like, I don't, the kind of hesitancy that he happens, and Hope would do that too, It was, go back, folks, and watch old Hope movies, and then watch Woody Allen, and you'll see the similarity. Yeah. So, I mean, it was interesting. At one point, was it SCTV did a thing called, it played again Woody?
Yeah, it was Rick Moranis and...
yeah, and it was the two of them, Woody Allen and Bob Hope.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, and that's where they got the whole idea from, was the fact that Woody said that was his hero when he was growing up. I loved Hope in the movies. His radio and TV shows weren't as good.
As a kid, I watched his old movies, and I thought they were hilarious, yeah.
Yeah. But what was it? Shecky and I were driving out from California when I came out to New York again, and we were listening to tapes that Shecky had brought along, one of which was an old Bob Hope radio show. And we were amazed at how bad the jokes were. Just how badly written they were. But we agreed that he was great in movies, but radio was not the best place for him, or television for that matter. The only thing Hope had going for him, and you know what I'm talking about when I say authority, is he had authority when he stood on stage. He kind of looked at you and said, "This is funny, you're going to laugh."
Yeah, that shows you what you can get with confidence.
Yeah. Well, it isn't even confidence. It's an authority he had where he planted his feet on the stage and he said, "Okay, I'm in charge here." And he was very good at that. That was one of his big pluses. He was really good. He was good as a stand-up. He was great in movies. But I don't know. There was something about him I didn't like, and I can't put my finger on it. I guess it's because as years went on, his whole act and his movies and so on dipped into mediocrity. And the fact that he would settle for that, You know what I was watching the other day, speaking of comics? I like YouTube. I've told you this. I love YouTube. Because anything you ever wanted to see or whatever is on YouTube somewhere now, right? So I got into a loop of Jerry Lewis telethons, and they had all the tote boards, when they would go for the total, right? So I went through the whole thing, and I got to that point where all of a sudden he bloated up like a stuck pig. You remember that?
Yeah, I think he's on steroids.
He was on steroids for something or another, and he turned into literally this balloon. And then I watched a few more episodes a few years later, and he got thinner and thinner and thinner. He went off the steroids. And so I enjoyed watching that.
Remember, the telephones were hilarious. He'd be up for 24 hours, and then he'd always do that song at the end and break down. And very dramatic.
Yeah. Well, he sang that song one year for me. Did I ever tell you that?
That's right, yeah.
I told you that story, yeah.
Yeah.
Where where the radio station, I had said something about him. This was when I was at WMCA, and I had said something about him in regards to, I don't really think he's much of a comedian. I never thought much of his comedy, but I got to admit he does a good job for MD, for muscular dystrophy. And they had been sued once before because they had not let somebody know that something bad was said about them on one of their shows. So they sent him a note saying, Alex Bennett said you were not up to the task or something like that, whatever. Didn't mention that I said that he was great at MD, And he got up and he started to do it, and he said, and this year I'm dedicating this to that disc jockey who doesn't think I'm that good.
Wow.
Or something to that effect. And I knew exactly who he was talking about. And I'm going, as he starts singing, I'm going, Jerry dedicated this to me. Oh, wow. So that was my big,
Yeah, and supposedly, I loved him as a kid, but supposedly not the nicest person in show business.
No, not a nice person at all. I mean, Dean had every reason not to want to have anything to do with him for years.
Yeah.
I imagine Dean was supposedly a pretty nice guy,
Everybody loved him from what I've read.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a decent guy, and he was just a fun, likable guy. He wasn't even the player that you think that he was. He used to, when they were in Vegas, he used to go to bed early, He was never out partying with the guys. He didn't believe in it, So
and, always had to have a hotel room on the first floor because he feared a fire.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was, and I think he in the end to me turned out to be the real talent of the two. I mean, he was a great singer. He was good at doing comedy.
Good straight man.
I mean, he had a pretty good career going for him. In the beginning, Lewis had the career, and then he just hung in there. And he did a movie. Martin's first movie was just horrible. It was called like 1,000 Bedrooms or something like that, and it was just horrible. So then, for the second or third movie, he did this drama with Marlon Brando. And all of a sudden, everybody took him seriously. So he kind of engineered his career correctly, and he became a very funny guy. Did some very funny comedies, and he did that TV show for like 7 years.
Yeah,
7, 8 years.
The Dean Martin roasts.
Then the Dean Martin roasts, and I mean, he was all over the place and still managed to have a real career. He was able to, what happened is if you had a TV show, you didn't have a movie career. Because the movies felt if they could see every week, why do they want to go to a movie theater to see you? And yet, he had a great career in movies while he was doing the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he did those TV shows? He didn't rehearse.
I heard like he was like that, just so laid back and casual. And
they said,
do you work too hard?
Do you want to do a weekly show? He says, only if I don't have to rehearse. So they would take him under any condition. So they would rehearse sketches and everything with other people standing in for him in the rehearsals, and then he would come in and just read the whole show off cue cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the show was a massive hit. So go figure, But anyway.
Again, another celebrity that died on Christmas Day.
Really, Dean Martin? Hey, listen, this little discussion here's got to die soon here because we're running
like us.
we're running out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, he's fun, he's lively, he's full of joie de vivre. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Bubbles Brown. Thank you, Larry.
Thanks. You give me the will to live one more day, Alex.
Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yeah, Larry Bubbles Brown. There's a little crackling sound if you heard it in his stuff, and I can't figure out what's causing it. I haven't sussed it out with him, but it sounds to me. Here's something. You ever get crackling in your phone? Not on your cell phone, but on your landline phone, okay? And you get a crackling sound, like you heard with Larry, okay? So you heard that with Larry, and the reason you get the crackling is because there's water in the lines. Yeah, and especially at his place, where he's in San Francisco, which is damp all the time, water can get into the lines. And it also sounds like the phone company doesn't take very good care of those lines because he can't get a high-speed internet service. You ready for that one? Yeah. So, that's the reason why there's that crackling. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Gee, I wish he would just... Oh, God. I just wish he would get to an iPhone or something like that. I've got iPhones I could give him here, and he just he doesn't go for it. So, he goes for it, but I tell him, okay, go out, find out how you're going to get service, okay, and then I will send you a phone, and you will have somebody turn it on for you with the if you go to like AT&T or somebody like that, they'll turn it on. Okay, I'll look into it. Well, did you look into it? Well, I haven't had time. It's like he doesn't want to do it. And I would love everybody to see what he looks like. I would love to see what he looks like these days. I haven't seen him. All I do is hear him. It's great to hear him. He's terrific. I enjoy my discussions with him. He makes me feel really good, and so on. I got to do a little something here, if you don't mind, folks, because today I had another one of those. Every day is another day of trying to make things work, okay? And sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't work, okay? And in this case, I had a real problem today. I have a little thing here, a switcher. It's a kind of it's a switcher thing that I push a button and it brings up various things, like if I want this, they see there, and I push a button for that, and I push a button for that, and if I want the opening, I push a button for that, and if I want my camera, I push a button for that. And here I am, you see. And so I had to do everything to make things up. See, now I got to get that to go up. There we go. That's nice. Okay. All right. So I had to reset everything here on the computer. For some reason, my computer went down or froze up. So I rebooted it, and it came back up. And then when I tried to use the program that sets up these things like that, it was completely blank and said, start filling in the chiclets here with the stuff. And it was really screwed. And I had to reprogram 15 buttons on this thing for all the various things that we do here, okay? Boy, that was some work. And it took most of the afternoon. I didn't get my walk. I didn't get anything. And it was ridiculous. So anyway, more technical problems that I have to deal with. Okay, that's my whole day, is checking out that sort of thing. Nothing else much happening, you know. I think I'm selling my Sirius XM stock. What happens is I have one of these, I had a 401k there. I didn't put any money into it. For the first couple of years, they put in about $1,000 a year or something. I don't know, a certain amount of money. So finally, when they fired me, I had about $15,000 in there. So, you know, and it was Sirius stock, and I just let it sit there, and it kind of grew to around 18,000 now. And every year I have to sell off a certain amount of it because that's the what you got to do, what you're forced to do by the government. So I get this thing from them saying, well, you know, maybe you want to invest in other stuff rather than Sirius XM. And then I have my business manager look at it, and they say, well, you can't do it because you can't do it because of your 401k or whatever. So then he calls them up and says, well, what if we roll it over? I don't know what this stuff means, but I assume it means roll it over into a new account. So why don't we roll it over into an IRA instead of a 401k? And they said, well, you can do that. He said, and then once we do that, can we sell it and buy other stuff? And they went, yes. Okay. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to sell my Sirius stock because it doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits there. It goes up 5 cents and it goes down 5 cents. And then it, you know, once in a while you'll see this big jump of 20 cents. You go, oh, great. And then the next day it goes down 40 cents. It stayed around the $6 range or the six, yeah, I say dollars, it's points. The 6-point range for, God, the last year and a half, 2 years. You know, it went down badly during the COVID thing. Then it came back, but it didn't come back a lot. You would think that something like Sirius XM would come back a lot because it would be much better that way. Because, you know, people are staying home and they need entertainment and so on. But it just hasn't improved at all. So, you know, what the hell? And they've got like 30 million subscribers or something like that, and somehow they've done nothing to do anything with the 30 million subscribers, you know, and moving it into other areas. Yeah, they bought some online companies. They bought Pandora, okay. They bought one other one that I'm also on. You know, great. They bought those, but they don't know what to do with them. They're not very good at it. And it's just the company hasn't gone anywhere. So I figure it's not going to go anywhere anymore anyway. And all I got in there is about $18,000. So let's have some fun with that money and see if I can make me more money than Sirius is making me. So finally I will be rid of my financial relationship with Sirius XM. Anyway. Well, I guess I better stop talking because all these people definitely want to get on here. So let me admit them all, and I push my new button. Okay, and there they are. Okay, everything's working okay. Good. It's terrific. You know, I keep waiting for everything to go wrong simply because I did something. And let's see here. We're waiting for Charlie Wallace. See there?
Yes, sir.
You know, he's there, but I don't have any. We don't have any picture on you, Charlie.
I see him.
You see him?
No.
Oh, I
sure
see
do.
Charlie. Who don't we see? We don't see Trucker Steve. That's who we don't see.
Okay.
Okay, Steve, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we don't have a picture on you. That's all. There. So, who knows? Have you clicked your camera there?
Yeah. What the fuck's going on here?
No, wait a minute.
Claim
Wow.
you're in the middle of a snowstorm or a blackout or something. I don't know.
Oh, I see Charlie. Who don't we see?
Oh, now he's trying his audio. No, that doesn't work. Hello, Josh. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're trying to get Trucker Steve on here. Oh well. Are you at home, Trucker Steve? Is that what the difference is?
Yeah, I am at home.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow your camera just isn't working for.
I'm gonna come back. I'll just leave and come back.
Okay, give it a try. Okay, bye.
Alert from login window.
Your buddy Larry Bubbles Brown.
Yes.
Interesting guy.
Yeah.
By the way, Comcast, who's the cable internet provider
Wait a minute.
in
Wait a
the Bay
minute.
Area.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a second.
Alert
Jeff,
from
do you have
login.
audio going there?
Zoom
No.
Yeah.
OS interrupted. Shut down.
I'm shutting it down.
Jeff does.
There we go.
Hey.
Okay, what were you going to say?
So in San Francisco, the whole Bay Area is Comcast, high-speed internet, TV. Larry Bubbles Brown
Mm-hmm.
can get high speed no matter where he's at. So, in
Well,
San
you're
Francisco.
absolutely wrong.
Really okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely wrong because he doesn't have Comcast.
Who does he have?
He just has over the air. I don't think he has cable.
Oh well, then I'm right and he's wrong. He should get Comcast if he wants high-speed internet.
Well, but that's not the point. The point is he doesn't want Comcast.
Okay, I was listening to your show, listening to what you said. And,
No, we were talking about the phone. And
well,
also
you said
he
high-speed
can't get
internet.
he can't, and then he also can't get high speed internet there
Right.
through the phone service, not
Oh,
through Comcast.
Okay. Well, I have AT&T in the Bay Area. It works just fine. High speed, 5G.
You're
everything.
talking, Alan. You're talking about Larry Bubbles Brown.
I don't know him, so.
Well, this is a guy who still has a flip phone. Okay.
Oh, oops. Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Never mind.
Yeah. So he still has a flip phone. And I keep telling him, I'll give you one of my old phones. I got a couple of old ones sitting over here, right? You know? I say, I'll give you a couple of my old flip phones, one of my old iPhones, and you can have it for free and, get going on it and so on. And is there a problem tonight with YouTube? No, I guess there's not. What I was going to say is, and I told him, I'll just send you one of my phones and you can turn it on and do the whole deal. There is a problem tonight with are you guys getting YouTube at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was earlier.
Yeah, it worked earlier. I was on it a half hour ago, so
Well, I'm not
Right now.
I'm not getting it here, so
I don't know.
let me see here. What here? Well, there it's okay. There it's all right. Huh? I'm having some problems here. Let me try this again. Let me try this. Okay, there we go. I got it on now.
So last night on Jack's show, technology is great, isn't it? I've been on it the past 2 nights
Mm-hmm.
on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Skype is another learning experience to try and get on and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Last night he ended the show at whatever time it was, 10 o'clock here.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie and him froze up for a minute, and then they left. And then one of your favorite people, Amy. Who? Amy, and I stayed on for 45 minutes talking. That's great technology.
Wait a minute. What happened? He went down?
No.
Oh, he hung up and the show was over.
Yeah, the show was over, and Charlie and him were frozen in a picture.
Yeah.
And they went away after a minute. And so Amy and I'd never met her before. We were still there, and we talked for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And then when we hung up, that was over. So that's modern technology for you. Love it.
Why would you do that?
Well, she was new. I never met her before, and she was nice. I know you and her have some history.
Just a little.
So the point wasn't Amy. The point was that I like Skype. It doesn't hang up. I don't know.
Skype, we used to have things where I would hang up or something and everybody would just stay on and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like there was a plot against me or something.
Well, it's made by Microsoft. My favorite oxymoron, Microsoft works.
Yeah. But it's Trucker Steve, I think, is still having problems getting a picture there. Wonder why.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
Hey, why don't we send you out to where he is, Jeff, and fix his situation for him?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to load it up twice at least,
Really?
sometimes 3 times to get it to work.
Really?
Yeah, but that's,
Pam has said that about you.
well, that's true.
Yeah.
But she likes it.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, the Skype is fine. I mean, what I liked about Skype is I could do very nice graphics with Skype because I could assign everybody to a different screen and everything. This is just better though. This is more faultless. I can't tell you how many. If I got up to 10 people at one time, forget it. That was it. It all froze up. Everybody slowed up. You remember those days, right, Charlie? We've never had any trouble with Zoom.
Nope.
Nothing. So it's been just great. Can't complain about it.
I love Zoom. Zoom is like lightning years past Skype.
Well,
as far as I'm concerned,
Skype had the market. Okay, they were very good and they had the market. The only problem is they fucked up. What happened was Zoom had been around, I think, for 5 years before people started using it. And then COVID came along and everybody needed a way to be able to talk to each other in groups. And Zoom just was very easy for the ultimate moron to use. I mean, even Bubbles. Well, no.
Forget that.
Forget that.
That doesn't count.
But most people don't have a problem with that, So, I mean, you guys don't have a problem. Jeff, very few problems with Jeff. Jeff has more of a problem turning off the audio from Sky, from the feed and things like that, And you were having something where it was telling you were doing something wrong or something, and it was a message of that sort. So,
Wait till you get to his age, Alex. You might lose track too.
Yeah. Boy, it's hot in here tonight.
Yeah,
I've got the air.
yeah, and it's going to be hotter.
Is it going to be hotter? Let me turn on the air. Let me lower the air
It's going
conditioning
to be
here.
like 90 on Sunday or something.
Nice.
Really? Well, I didn't take my walk today.
Go to the beach.
I didn't take... What beach? How am I going to get to the beach? What? I'm going to go to Coney Island? Go to the beach, my ass.
They have no beaches on the East Coast?
Of course
They have
do.
beaches, but,
okay.
but I have to... I don't have a car. The only beach I can get to by subway is Coney Island. If you think I'm going there to hang out at a beach, you're out of your mind. You go out in the water, you're dodging needles.
Yeah, go up to Jeff's. Jeff probably has a beach by
I
him.
think I got to go pick you up one day.
Yeah, pick me up one day and take me to the beach.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you'll do. Do you drive anymore, Jeff?
A little bit. Yeah.
I'm afraid of driving because I haven't driven in about 3 years. And then I was talking to my business manager today, and he said a few weeks ago he was driving. This was the first of the year, and he hit a guy on a bicycle. Then there was no injury, but that was enough to make him say, "Okay, that's it. I'm through driving."
Okay.
And I think I kind of feel like I don't know if I'd be 100% if I were driving. So I'm trying.
Strange part is I can't remember where I used to go.
Oh, I see. What's funny? It's been a year.
Where do I turn there? I can't remember. Is that
It's been a year and a quarter, at least, since I was on a subway here in New York. And I was trying to figure out the other day how to take the F train to get somewhere. And I couldn't remember how to do it. I think you take the D down to 50th Street. Or excuse me, 50th
30
Street.
seconds?
Huh?
30 seconds?
No, you keep going. You keep going. And
To get the F?
You take the D down to 57th. Okay. 57th? Yes. Yeah, I think so. 50. Anyway, you take it down to there. And see, I'm even forgetting what the stations were now.
I know.
You know? And so I mean, wouldn't that be fun if I had to ask people directions?
Yeah.
As a New Yorker who's used the sub, I mean, I've learned how to navigate the subways. I learned from Shecky. Shecky was the guy who taught me all about the subways and how wonderful they were. But I have to go down. You go down to 50th Street, take the D to 50th Street, then hop across the thing onto the F, which then goes down and stops at 23rd Street, where I get off and go get my pasta, you know, at Italy.
I understand the subways in New York no longer have bathrooms. So if you're going to ride the subway for a distance, you better know where the bathrooms are.
Where have you been?
Huh?
Where have you been?
I've been to New York.
They haven't had bathrooms in how many years,
Oh, well,
Jeff?
I don't know.
Maybe the last 30?
They close them on BART because people go in and shoot up in there, so they don't let you in. But
So,
the subway is a lot bigger in New York than it is here in the Bay Area.
well, we had people shooting up way before your people were ever shooting up, and
okay,
that's
there
why
you
our
go.
bathrooms are closed.
I've been on the rail system there in New York.
There's no bathroom left, I think, in
I
the
guess I
subways.
didn't have to go. If I did, I would have just pissed on the tracks or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I don't know what
Like
you do
everybody else.
if you've got a bad prostate and you suddenly feel like you got to pee.
Yeah.
You know.
Must be horrible.
Yeah. But hello, Josh. How's everything going with you?
Going pretty good.
How's the wife's recovery doing?
She's doing fine.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Going
And,
through her process for it.
and Kevin, we haven't talked to you this week. How are you doing?
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah.
My wife's recovering from surgery as well.
Oh yes. She had surgery. How'd that go?
Good. Trying to keep her down is like trying to tie snot with a rope, but
Yeah. I mean, she figures she's ready to just get
I
get
got
up
her.
and do.
Then she got this little knee scooter day before yesterday.
Oh, the knee scooter.
Yeah.
I the guy who we're suing when we had our hearing, our depositions, he broke his knee and he had the knee scooter too.
Yeah, it's like giving her a frickin' motorcycle. Now I got to get her a helmet and the knee pads and everything. Flies down the frickin' street now.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'll see you down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a one leg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the knee on the pad and then they just scoot right off.
Yeah.
Can't you get a little sidecar on your Harley there, Kevin?
Yeah.
No sidecar.
No sidecar.
Well, here comes Trucker Steve again, and it doesn't look like he can get a picture going. And I don't know why he can't, because you can get your picture going before you actually sign on.
Maybe Rocky's in the way of the camera.
Huh?
It's showing that the camera's on, but it's not even. When I log on, it won't even show my.
Well, if do you go to your, have you gone to your settings? Whoops. Everybody can see the settings now here. I got to move it out of the way here.
I want to see that.
Have you got your settings up?
See, Alex, you're not the only one with technical problems on this show.
Yeah, Trucker Steve,
Uh-huh.
have you got your settings for Zoom up?
I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah. Well, go to video.
He's in the bathroom. Leave him alone.
That's what it sounds like.
Hey, remember that one guy used to call up? He's in the bathtub.
That's right, but he never turned off his camera. He used to leave his camera on.
No.
By the
Really?
way, where's Brian tonight? Is Friday now his night off to be with the kids and stuff?
Yeah.
I think so.
Didn't Friday night is movie night?
I think so. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you there, Trucker Steve?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah, I can hear
Can
you.
you get to the settings panel?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Have you got the settings panel?
Yeah.
You can see it says settings, and then it says video and audio and so on.
Uh-huh.
Click on video.
I'm already on it.
Okay, what does it say for the camera?
It just says PC camera. That's it.
Okay, that's a drop-down menu. Just click on it and see if there are any other things.
No, it's just one. That's it.
PC camera?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's then in the immortal words of my father, you're fucked.
Could your camera come unplugged?
No, it's probably
No,
built
it's
in.
a laptop. It's right in the screen.
Yeah.
Built into the computer. Okay.
Yeah, well, because that should do it for you.
Yeah. How about trying to reboot if it's a Microsoft?
I'm sure
product?
he rebooted. You rebooted, right, Trucker Steve?
I already did twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Maybe the camera died.
Yeah.
do cameras die? I mean, they're nothing much anymore. You
Yeah,
know.
but anything can break.
That's right.
Anyway, we've only got.
Went down to the bottom left there, and your video is on.
What, where do you go next to see if
In
your
the bottom left corner of your screen, it says stop video or turn video on.
Yeah. Are you there still, Trucker Steve?
Uh-huh.
See down at the bottom over where it says mute, and then right next to it says stop video.
Yeah, it says stop video.
Yeah, then he's on. So he's got something on his camera. Maybe you got a piece of tape on your camera or something. There you are. Well, no, that's your audio.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well.
I have no idea what's wrong.
Well, you can hear him, so that's fine.
Do you have any suggestions, Jeff? You're pretty good at this.
Well, I had the same problem one time, and I went to Apple, and they completely rebuilt the whole thing for nothing.
Wow.
So I had something bad. Otherwise,
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let me see here. Let's see if we can talk. Now we're down to 30 viewers. Boy, we're losing them tonight.
Come on, Alan, you always have a
Well, you know what the problem is?
way to say
Stir up a
something.
conversation. I think Trump should be president in 2024.
Okay, listen, you idiot, you moron. I think you're full of crap. What do you think about
Okay,
that?
Why?
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 Because
I think he was a great president.
Because what did he do that made him great? He wasn't great.
He was great. Look at
Best economy of all time.
Oh, we're up to 31 people now.
That's right.
Let's just keep the arguing going, you piece of shit.
I don't know why we have to wait to put him back in when he won the election.
Yeah, you're absolutely
I don't know why
right.
we just don't send like the military or something.
I have an idea for the rest of the show.
Send
Why
in
don't
the military. I agree.
Why don't we run this as a right-wing friendly talk show? You know?
I agree.
And all you guys can, you know.
I agree.
Like, I hate all these people. Tell you the truth. I mean, really, I'm very serious when I say this. I am sick and tired of all these people that say what happened on January 6th was an insurrection, when those were nothing but tourists who wanted to see the Capitol.
I don't
But
see.
every day we heard 100.
They all had cameras, didn't they? They had cameras.
Yeah, they had cameras.
They were taking photos.
Yeah.
They were walking through the hallways. I don't see what the problem was.
Yeah, and you know.
No, we always beat people over the head with poles.
That's right.
I mean, look.
Yeah.
And look. I mean, when the British came to America in 1814, they were just visiting.
Yeah.
And they went to dinner at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
And what Dolly served was not very good. And the service
They were
was poor.
cupcakes, weren't they?
And it got a little out of hand, and a fire got started, and it just snowballed from there.
The same as a barbecue.
I mean, they left the next day
Yeah.
and didn't tear anything else up.
Did they leave a note or anything like "Sorry, we burned down your home"?
No.
You know what? I don't
They
know.
knew. There was TV coverage.
I mean, you know, it just got out of hand.
It just got out of hand. Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the problem is.
I mean, all they wanted was America back because it was stolen from them to begin with.
Mhm.
Right.
It's
Plus, they
like
had-
history.
they
They had
Yeah.
every right to want it back. They owned it first. You know?
Mhm.
They had another job for the day. They
Yeah.
had to kill the
Yeah.
vice president.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, just like part-time job.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, look, if Washington had been wearing a mask at Yorktown, the British never would have surrendered. I learned that today from a very smart congressman. I had never thought of that. I mean, it totally, like, undid all the work that I've done all these years. I was like, oh my God,
You didn't know that.
I never thought of that. I mean,
Yeah.
Feel stupid.
what if he had been wearing like a neck gaiter and was like, put your hands up and come out or we'll fucking fire some cannons?
Well, I'm also
They
all
would have been like, fuck you, you neck gaiter wearing fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fire your
Yeah.
cannons.
Yeah. Well, you're right about this, and also the latest thing is that all those there are a whole bunch of really patriotic Democratic, rather Republican congressmen who are refusing to wear masks in Congress, and they've all been cited by Pelosi and given a $100 fine or something like that. But my feeling is, hey, if they don't want to wear the masks, they don't. What's wrong with that? Because at least 50% now of the Congress are vaccinated. There were 50% who aren't, but what the hell?
And yeah, but the other half already had it, so they should be fine.
I wonder if
that's 100%.
Yeah.
You got a 50-50 chance. What's the problem?
I wonder if Matt Gaetz wore a mask while he was playing with 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds don't wear masks.
Can we?
There you go.
How long can we keep this up? We're up to 33 people now.
Oh, you're increasing the. I mean.
Yeah. Numbers are going up.
Yeah.
I sent Phil a text to come on the show. It's all about him now.
Yeah, Phil should come on the show tonight.
I think he passed out.
And he could play the only left winger among us.
That's right.
You know what happened was once years ago I went on the air and decided for an evening that I was going to be a right winger, and I tried it and I lasted about 5 minutes before I just couldn't keep it up. I mean, it was that horrible. I couldn't bring myself to say what had to be, to come up with the kind of thing a right winger would say. And I also felt horrible about even saying these things.
Yeah.
So that was terrible too.
Yeah. If I can't get an erection, I usually turn Fox News on. Perks me right up.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Trucker Steve again. Oh no, he just left again. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they get done with this recount thing in Arizona and they find the ballots that were in like the bamboo or whatever.
Yeah.
This shit will work.
Once they find the bamboo ballots,
they'll all be back on our side.
Right,
Yeah.
except Pence. I mean, we're not taking him back because he's a fucking traitor.
yeah.
I mean,
The traitor.
he's got to be shot. I mean, I'm thinking like a SEAL Team 6, Osama bin Laden type thing.
Yeah.
It's,
The way he ran
look,
that day
man.
like a little wussy, ran out the back door, he should have hung right in there.
He shouldn't
I
have.
think they'll make Cruz vice president and get him out of Texas.
Oh, please.
Please.
Parliament would say, yeah, take him.
What's this latest thing in Texas now, where if people have to wear masks in order to come into your store, you're going to get fined $1,000 or something?
Yeah, they are making it a law that nobody can require masks in your private business thing. This is the party that's all for freedom and all for business.
Yeah.
I'll Trump.
But now you can't run your business the way you want to.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm thinking about it.
Unfortunately, this can go really bad. This could be the next thing businesses will do. Will stop allowing white people into their businesses in Texas.
And to make things even more fun for the Republicans, and I love this kind of thing, the person who is going in the primary against Liz Cheney just admitted today. Oh, there we go. There's Trucker Steve, ladies. What happened, Trucker Steve? You don't know, right?
I shut the computer down and let it sit for like 5 seconds and restarted.
Oh, okay.
That's called reboot.
Yep.
Well,
paper
but it's
towel.
also rebooting and letting it settle for a little bit because there sometimes there's residual stuff in there. Anyway, the guy that Liz Cheney is being primaried by came out today and announced that because I guess he didn't want it to come out as a story, he said that when he was 18, he got a 14-year-old girl pregnant.
Who's that?
The guy who's primarying, I don't know what his name is, primarying Liz Cheney.
How old is he now?
Got my vote.
He's got your vote.
Wait a minute. What state is Liz Cheney from?
Huh?
Wyoming.
What state?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Well, maybe it'd be like the South. Maybe 14 was the legal age then.
Let's see here. No, I'm looking. Well, let me see here. I guess I can't find it now. It's not here.
When he was 14 or when she was 14?
Let me see here.
He was 18.
Passcode. No, I don't have it here. But I had it here earlier.
Those are childhood problems. Who cares, right?
Yeah, statute of limitations is up for statutory rape anyway.
Yeah.
Especially in Wyoming.
Plus, it's about time we stop canceling people for shit they did when they were young.
And I don't think, what is wrong with statutory rape?
That's another good point.
I mean,
how old is she now?
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly.
I rest my case.
Yeah. But statutory rape is, I don't think, a problem with me. I mean, Sherman's horse doesn't mind getting goose, does he?
There's a lot of happy sheep around you, Alex.
What was that song? Frolicking through the park is such a lark, goosing statues in the park. If Sherman's horse can take it, why can't you? Do you remember that song?
Is that the end of the program theme song now? Oh,
yeah, yeah. So, 36 people. We may have found a new format.
Yeah.
Like,
what I'm talking about.
I mean, can you, Charlie? You didn't seem to be participating very well in this.
No, I'm sorry.
It's hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when I tried it once on the air, it was a real problem for me to keep it up because I felt guilty about saying the very stuff I was saying, even though I was kidding. And I think the idea was I wanted to do it to have people say, "What got into Alex? What happened overnight that he suddenly?"
Somebody flipped a switch in Alex.
Yeah. So, anyway,
oh well.
But anyway, so Liz Cheney's being primaried by a guy who got a 14-year-old pregnant when he was 18. So,
minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he'll kiss Trump's ass, so.
Yeah, and I wonder if there was an abortion in that situation.
From Trump or from the girl?
I mean, these guys don't believe in anything for anybody unless it affects them personally, and then they want it for themselves. So.
Plus,
Whatever.
he might have got a receipt and wrote that cost off on his taxes.
Could be. Could be.
Point. Good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, his excuse was he asked permission, and so that seems to kind of really blunt the Me Too'ers because he asked permission.
Ask a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch?
So, in other words, may I sexually harass you in exchange for a promotion?
Yeah.
And you're in the clear, right?
Yeah. Would you like that better job? Well, listen, I think I know a way we can do it. If you wouldn't mind getting fucked by me. And we agreed to it. We agreed to it. So, and I'm not forcing you to. Right?
You ever sign a document that says she's not forced, and you guys agree to it?
Yeah, well, I bet you those things, those kind of documents are going to be running around. You know, like, well, before I can sleep with you, you got to sign this.
It's already there. It's the Gates paper.
No. I'm not talking about Gates. You know, sometimes people in businesses get together and they kind of find each other attractive. I know you don't know that kind of situation, Alan, but it does happen. And they want to have some kind of sexual relationship, but now they're afraid to because it could come back to bite them in the ass. Don't we have papers that have been created to solve this problem? You know? You know, also, I mean, it's just, everything is so legal and everything. I mean, people get married and they sign prenuptial agreements. Boy, isn't that romantic?
Mm.
You know? That's really romantic. So, I don't know.
You got to get your attorney to sign it for you.
Yeah, got to have an attorney.
If they're under 13, a priest will handle it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll take a commission, too.
I don't have a priest.
Yeah. But anyway, what are we up to? We went down to 34. I guess we better juice this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, really. I hear Donald Trump's moving into Hollister, California.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But maybe Kevin would have a heart attack or something. That wouldn't be good. Aren't you in Hollister, Kevin?
No.
Oh.
I wonder when he's going to be kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. Because he's
Kevin
but he's staying at Mar-a-Lago under false pretenses because supposedly years ago he signed a deal with the state of Florida that he could not live there as an abode, as a home, but he is.
Doesn't he own Mar-a-Lago?
He owns Mar-a-Lago, but he had to make a deal with the state of Florida in order to buy it. And one of the things is that he would not use it as a residence for more than 30 days.
I think it was the county down there.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think what it is that it's a resort and it's not zoned as
a
residential. So no one, including Donald Trump, can basically stay there permanently, including him. And then they got a waiver during his presidency for a couple of things like a helipad and all that.
Yeah.
All of which he's supposed to have out by like the end of this year or something.
Oh.
And who would have ever thought that he was going to be president?
Yeah,
but the residency clause is in there. And I mean, I guess, apparently he's in violation of it or whatever. But I mean, yeah, he signed it. But I mean.
Now, do you think the governor has the ability to make adjustments on those things?
No, I mean, it's a contract between him and the county government down there. So I don't know what authority a governor would have to, in a zoning. It's basically like a zoning issue, if I understand it correctly. I mean, it's not zoned for residential, use or whatever. And if you're living there, 365 days a year, that's a residence. That's not a.
Doesn't the governor have his own little abode there or something like that? Ron DeSantis.
Well, Ron DeSantis, he says he wants Ron DeSantis to be his vice presidential candidate in 2000. When is it? 26?
24. Yeah.
24.
Good luck if you're wearing an orange jumpsuit.
What?
Good luck if he's wearing an orange jumpsuit.
How many here think he's going to wind up going to jail?
I think so.
Do you think so?
It's going to take some time. They got to do it right.
Yeah.
This guy is like.
Time is on. Time is on his side. He can prolong this and keep prolonging it, and pretty soon he's dead and it's over with.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I think so too. I don't
He's
think
gonna
he'll
be president
spend.
again before it happens. Then he won't be touchable again.
Well, the question is, does he have the lawyers to do it with?
Of course.
What, he's going to call
doesn't
He's
pay
going to call Giuliani?
Hell yeah, he'll save the day.
Here comes an old friend. Hello, Patrick.
Wow.
Hello, Patrick.
There he is. Pat's on our side.
Yeah, well, Pat's on our side. We're all playing right wingers tonight. What do you mean? No, we can't. Is that what you're saying? We can't.
Hey, whatever. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, well, we were just saying, what was it? How wonderful it was that the people in Congress, those congressmen, refused to wear masks. We thought that was really great. Especially since 50% of them haven't been vaccinated. That's really showing your guts.
Hopefully, the 50% of the 50% will get COVID and died, and you thin out the the weeds.
The congressional herd, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's basically what I reckon. I still don't. I know we've discussed it privately, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody who's vaccinated gives two shits why somebody who isn't vaccinated. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
I know something? I was talking with Marjorie, and I said, I was talking with Patrick, okay? And I said, he asked me, he said, well, I'm not going to wear a mask. I've gotten all my shots. I'm not going to wear a mask anymore. And I said, I tried to argue with him that you were doing it for other people. And I said, but how are you, he said, how are you doing it for other people? If you're vaccinated, you don't have it. Right? And I said, I went through all these arguments, and I finally came out, and I told her, I said, quite frankly, I don't see why, if you're vaccinated, you should wear a mask. That's it. Period.
Kids have not been vaccinated yet.
What?
Kids have not been vaccinated yet. They just recently let people 16 years old or whatever, under 16-year-old, get vaccinated.
Yeah,
Well,
but,
the 16,
but
yep.
to begin with,
The 13.
they say the kids under 16. Well, who do we
Yeah,
lose?
but kids under 12 haven't been vaccinated yet.
They're not approved yet. That's right.
No, but
So that's why you wear a
but
mask.
kids,
So fine, I'm fine, but he's going to kill my grandkids. Okay,
no, but they were
I
saying
shouldn't care.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. But they were saying the kids are a little more. It's a little more difficult for them to get it. Okay, they're a little more
Not
resistant
these
to
new
it.
strains.
Not the strain that's going around the country right now. That's killing younger people in groves. I mean,
Is
well,
it killing
a lot of-
babies?
Well, I don't
Is
know
it
about
killing? Is it killing kids who are like 4 years
that.
old?
I don't know.
Because I haven't heard anything like that.
The why to wear a mask is what Charlie brought up, and the other thing is the vaccine's 95% effective, which means statistically you have a 1 in 20 chance of getting COVID.
Yep.
Yes, but if you do get COVID, it will be a very mild case.
That's questionable at this point.
What do you mean it's questionable? No, it's a very mild case. They say the people who get it, in spite of the fact that they've had the what do you call the vaccine, are just fine. They get a little bit of the COVID and they're sick for a couple of days, and if none of them have to be hospitalized. They say nobody's been vaccinated has been hospitalized.
Some
Nobody.
people have died from it.
Who've been vaccinated?
No.
I haven't heard
People
that.
died from the vaccine.
Where'd you get that statistic?
Why did Johnson & Johnson stop in this country stop giving out vaccines, Alex?
Because six people,
Only
15.
one who died.
and only
Do you
one of
think
them died.
eventually, you think eventually we'll see like over-the-counter medication for COVID?
Yes.
Like even
Well, I don't know. In
Shelf.
Canada, maybe.
like buying Tylenol?
Well, I think what they will come up with, and they say they're coming up with, is a oral version of it.
So Pfizer's working on an antiviral like acyclovir or something like that will be a therapeutic versus a vaccine.
Yeah.
For people that can't get vaccinated for whatever, or the vaccine doesn't work, if you're immune compromised, like you have AIDS or you're going through chemotherapy or something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I have to agree with you, Patrick, to a large extent. That what am I doing? I don't have to protect myself, And I don't
Right.
really have to protect other people because chances are I'm not even going to get a version of it. And if I do, I'll know it because I'll have a cold or I'll have a fever, and then I should wear a mask and I should stay home.
Right, but you would do that anyway. I mean, when I've been sick in the past, I didn't go to work because I didn't want to spread it to everybody else. But, that's just common sense.
Let me-
And as far
Yeah.
as the mask wearing,
Okay, you want me to show
like today, I had to go to the doctor today.
Yeah,
So what did I do? Put on a mask.
right.
I put it on at the door,
Mhm.
and then as soon as I got out the door,
Took it off.
it was off. And, I mean, I'm not ever wearing a mask at this point, but
Okay.
I'm not going to wear it outside ever again. That I'm done with. And I'm done wearing it in any stores
Mhm.
ever again
Yeah.
because now there's enough stores open that say it's optional. Well, guess what? I'm choosing not to. So, I mean, and if it goes back to at some point, in order to get into the store where I need something, I need a mask,
Mm-hmm.
and I wear a mask. I mean, I'm not that moronic, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be sitting there with a fucking mask on outside,
Mm-hmm.
or driving my fucking car. I mean, who's going to get sick? My wheelchair?
I'll tell you, the only reason I can see to wear a mask, okay, we've all been wearing masks, right? All winter long we've been wearing masks. How many of you have gotten colds?
I rarely ever get sick.
Yeah,
So,
but how many of you have gotten colds this
Oh,
year?
you got to be around other people to get sick from a cold.
Well, that's for starters, but also wearing the mask prevented you from getting it from passerbys.
Yeah.
I mean, there was an advantage to wearing a mask, and they do this in China. And when I was in China, you see people walking down the street wearing masks because they've got a cold and they don't want to spread it to somebody else. We have never gotten into mask wearing in this country for that. I mean, would you, if you had a cold, Patrick, you had a cold and you were going out, would you wear a mask to prevent someone else from catching the cold?
well, I mean, that's a weird question because in the past, I never wore a mask for a cold. If I had the
Yeah.
flu, that was something, but a cold is typically just, it's a lesser bug or whatever you want to call it. And I'll be honest with you, you're saying you got to be around people. When I was with my ex and she had 3 kids,
Mm-hmm.
I rarely got sick. And I will, and I've told Alex this, and I may have mentioned this on here, I think it has to do with me being in the wheelchair and wheeling on all sorts of shit, literally shit outside in the men's room where I must have some sort of immunity because I'm touching everything. And I can wash my hands. Well, no, I can wipe my hands down with an antibacterial shit at the kitchen table while I'm eating supper and the doorbell rings and I touch my wheel. Well, everything that I just got off my hand, so I don't do it. I mean, there must be some immunity I have where I just don't get
Well, it could be you've come up with some kind of an immunity that way, yeah. But all I'm saying is that when I went to China, for instance, and there wasn't a flu going around or anything else, but I saw people wearing masks, and they were wearing masks for a number of reasons, not the least of which was if you have a cold, you wear a mask outdoors. You wear a mask around other people.
I think they wear masks in China a lot because the air is so horrible.
No, that's part of the reason. But what I'm saying is that they tend to wear them a lot, and I think we're going to do that here in this country because we're now used to masks, and we're going to see them that they do have an advantage. I mean,
I feel naked without it.
You're going out now. Are you wearing a mask outdoors, Charlie?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not either. I'm walking. I'm still keeping that 6 feet distance from people. That I'm doing.
Yeah.
Especially in this neighborhood where we've got a lot of, shall we say, street people who don't look too well.
So you blend in right with them, right?
Yes, right. I bond with them. Okay. But no, I mean there is a case to be made that Patrick is making about this. Hello, Brian Ludwig. How are you?
I'm all right. You can't hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you just fine. Yeah. Hear every word you say.
Excellent.
Yeah. How's everything in your part of the world?
Things are finally winding down regarding the school year.
Yeah.
Our governor doesn't seem to understand the basic concept of governing by the will of the people, since a majority of us said in the emergency declaration and do it yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. You're where? What state again?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And what you want the governor to do?
I want him to do what we voted via the amendment ballots to do.
Which was?
To end the emergency declaration and allow it will eventually happen because the Harrisburg legislature, which is Republican dominated, but I'm looking at the long-term goal here versus the short-term. If it's a Republican governor who does shit like this, or if it's a right-winger versus a left-wing legislation, to determine after 21 days if an emergency declaration in the future is valid or not. If it is, it goes for another 21 days, and then it subsequently goes through a review process.
And this is in reference to what? To stuff like masks and staying in schools being closed and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Are your schools open yet?
Mine has been. I work for a more conservative school district, and by that I mean one that remains a public school, but it is one that caters to a largely suburban, upper middle class community.
Now, are kids wearing masks in your
They are.
on your
as
bus?
As are the drivers, as are the teachers.
Okay, so you're following protocols, right?
I am.
Yeah, and in the school itself, are the kids distanced from each other? Do they have plastic between them or something? Or
I really can't say for sure. I haven't really talked to any of the teachers. I just do my job. I do as I'm told, and then I get the hell out of there. I would imagine they are.
I went into a restaurant a couple of weeks ago, a favorite restaurant of ours, and they actually built all these partitions between tables, plastic partitions, clear. And I'm wondering, now that the whole thing is over with and you can go back to 100% in your restaurant and so on, are they going to throw these partitions out, or are they just going to keep them there so people will feel more comfortable?
I would imagine it depends on the will of the customer base, but more importantly, depends on how much money was spent.
Yeah.
I'm a little lost, Alex. Now that this whole thing is over with, where?
Yeah.
Not in this country.
Not in every state, no.
No, but it is certainly. I think Fauci even said today that he feels we're well on our way to putting this thing behind us.
Right, but he didn't say it was over with.
No, it's not completely over. It won't be over until there isn't a single death from it. Okay.
I'm just going by what you said.
But I don't know what happened here in New York. What's the current count and the amount? Well, they said 19 deaths in New York State yesterday, and this is so apparently it's gone up a little bit, but it's
So the real test will be next fall, late fall, when it's cold and flu season, as to if there's no other mutations and if the vaccines are really holding.
Yeah.
There already is mutation. There already are mutations.
Yeah, we know that.
Dogs.
Yeah, but supposedly the Pfizer, at least, and the Moderna, they think are good against the mutations.
And the J&J, because it was developed during the time of mutations.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see a complete downturn. What's the count and the amount today, Charlie? We didn't even ask you.
Yeah, we had 28,000 new cases and 688 deaths today. So it's been way down.
688 in the whole country.
In the whole country, yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder what state is the worst now. There were a couple of states that were actually on an uptick, if I'm thinking correct.
I have to imagine either Texas, Florida, or whatever other.
Well, how's it going in Texas?
Well, Texas, we had 42 deaths today, and 1,400 new cases. So it's way down here too.
Yeah, but still, what?
And they're opened up to Texas.
Oh, we completely opened up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida's always.
Except that a lot of people are
Sporting
still
events, it was like full
wearing
stadium.
masks, and a lot of people are doing the social distancing.
Yeah. Wow.
Brian, did you get your shots?
Yes, I did.
Good.
No, he probably couldn't have driven the bus if he didn't. You know.
Well, I could have, but how much longer would I have been able to a year from now or so?
How's it going at your paint plant company thing, Josh?
Yeah, we had like 2 cases maybe last week.
Really?
But it's slowed down, you know. A lot of people have had them.
How bad was it at its height? Did you have a pretty good problem there? I mean, did you have deaths at your plant?
No, we didn't have anything like that, but a lot of people missed time, you know. I mean, at one time, you know, it would just kind of move through in spots and everything, you know. Like at one time for about 3 weeks, I didn't have anyone on my daytime crew.
Yeah.
They were all out. And my shipping side, they were all out. So basically had to move some of my nights people to days, and then everyone just worked like 20 days in a row until everyone got back.
What do you think?
Josh, did you get injected yet?
No.
He hasn't gotten the vaccine yet. Is there any reason why you haven't? Just not convenient to you?
Yeah, I guess like we talked about the other night. I don't know.
You could probably go to your local drugstore and go get it.
Don't care, I guess.
You could go to your local drugstore and get it.
Maybe. I don't know.
You may have had it and just had a non-symptomatic case.
Yeah, probably.
I think I'm going to follow Charlie's lead, see about getting a shingles vaccine. I had shingles, interesting enough, when I took the CEL exam back in February of 2010. I was 25 years old and I got it.
Well, I had a friend who was a lawyer who hung out a shingle. Is there anything like that?
Then I'm dumb.
It ain't fun. I say this because I read your post a while back, Charlie.
Yeah.
I had it. I had shingles.
You don't have to be over 50 to get it either.
Nope.
No, I got it. I think I was over 50.
Bad as chicken pox.
Yep.
Yeah, but
well, Alex, that's one of the reasons I got it, is because you were telling me about how close it was to your eye and everything.
Yeah, I almost went. A couple more days, my doctor said I would have gone blind.
Mine was more textbook case. Had just a ring around my left arm.
Oh, really?
It sucked.
I know it's not pleasant, and I knew there was something not right with me, but I went to this doctor up in Mendocino, who after he, gave me the prescription for the pills to clear it up, then took me up to his apartment and got me loaded on pot. But he
works.
It was terrible, and I got it. I never thought I had chicken pox, but apparently I did when I was a kid and didn't know it. Just got a very light case.
One of those rare cases where you had like a pock or two and it wasn't very noticeable.
I had this girlfriend who came down with it at 23, and she said, "Boy, you're going to get it too," because we were playing Huggy Face all the time, so it wasn't like I couldn't get it. I didn't come down with it. She kept saying, "You're going to get it too." I didn't come down with it, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I got shingles, and you got to have had chicken pox in order to get shingles. And I put 2 and 2 together and said I probably had it when I was a kid, and it was just a light case, or my parents didn't analyze it as chicken pox, and I got over it, and everything was fine, And then years later, I don't get the chicken pox when she gets it, and I get shingles later on. So that,
It's
there
not
you go.
Contagious.
Huh?
It's not contagious.
What?
We thought it was.
Smallpox isn't contagious?
Oh, smallpox, chickenpox is
Chickenpox, rather. How do you get? Well, then, how do you get chickenpox? You must get it from somebody.
Oh, well, chickenpox is contagious, but shingles.
Oh, it's not contagious. No.
Shingles is related to chickenpox somehow. Gets into your nerves.
Right.
And then shingles chicken was contagious.
Oh, sorry. Chickenpox is definitely contagious.
I wonder how the numbers are right now that we're talking about shingles.
All the lawyers are listening.
Huh? Well, no, the numbers went down. We were up around 40, and now it's down to 38. They don't like chickenpox. Not a good topic. Shingles.
Mine started as a sharp pain in my left shoulder blade. I thought I pulled a muscle or pinched a nerve. I applied Bennett on it, and the day after I saw a red mark, and I told my mother about it as a registered nurse, and she said, "Yeah, you probably have shingles."
Yeah.
Wow.
And lo and behold, it spread, and it got worse, and that's exactly
And
what
then
it
you
was.
just took some pills to get it to go away, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, that's
Now
what
that
I
think
took.
about it.
Yeah.
Acyclovir. It's common.
That's exactly what I took. Yes.
See, that's why you put the doctor in front of my name.
No, that's why you put the doctor in front of your name. Oh, boy. Well, you know.
I know a little bit about pharmacology.
Well, that's good, but I just don't want
I
you
sold
giving
drugs.
I just don't want you giving out medical advice here.
Why not?
Well, because people might listen to him.
Well, they don't
And,
listen to you.
and there might be a chance he's wrong, and then they'll drop dead listening to his advice.
Just do a legal disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a practitioner, not a professional in medicine. This is just not advice.
I guess it's better than listening to you, Alex. 1 minute you say that something's that it's gone, the virus is gone, and then when it's pointed out to you why it's not,
I didn't say it was gone. I said it was greatly diminished and was going away.
No, you said we're over it. Your words.
Did I say we were? Charlie? Did I say we were over
I
it?
didn't hear you say that.
See? Did I say that?
Now I'm in trouble.
Did I say that, Jeff? Jeff, did you hear me say that?
I think Alan has to be off for 3 days.
Yeah. Kevin, did I say that? Did I say that? Kevin?
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
Plead the fifth.
Oh,
Plead
okay.
the fifth.
Josh, Patrick, did I say it?
Honestly, I don't know either.
Nobody's agreeing with you.
Apparently, everybody was so bored with this program they weren't listening to anything that was said. So, you know.
We'll have to play it back.
What the hell?
Let you know on Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I'll go play it back too. Oh well, let me start the theme here. Well, that's our theme song, our closing theme song, as opposed to the opening theme song. And I want to thank you all for being here, folks. First of all, thank you, Alan, for being here. Thank you, Charlie Wallace, for being here. Jeff, always great to have you here. Kevin, nice to see you. Trucker Steve, glad you got
livening up the conversation.
Glad you got everything working. Thank you, Patrick. Glad to have you here. Always glad to have you here, as well as Josh Wheeler. And hey, you know, we actually had the other Brian here tonight, Brian Ludwig. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, I guess everybody should go out and have a nice weekend, and it's in your area. Hopefully it will be sunny, and you can go around without a mask on and take a nice walk out without huffing and puffing.
Civil War.
And yeah. And I thank each and every one of you. Kevin, thank you. Charlie, thank you. Jeff, thank you. Yeah, everybody. Anyway, we'll see you all, next week, hopefully. Thanks for joining us tonight. Give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a wave goodbye back at you, okay? There we go. There goes our citizen panel, folks. There's a new one that's going to be getting together right after we're through here with Jack Bishop. He does it using Skype. Yes, using Skype. So you just type in Gabnet Live on Skype, and there you are, and you'll be talking with Jack Bishop. I'll see you again on Monday at 4 o'clock when we do the little pop-up show. And then, back here, right here, in this very place right here on Tuesday night, 10:30. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice weekend. And, oh, by the way, get vaccinated. And if you have been, great. If you haven't been, wear a mask and stay safe out there. Good night, everybody.